students, welcome back to your online class. So I hope you all have completed chapter 1, that is numbers and numeration, all the different exercises, and you have compared with the answers that I have given you, right? So today we will start the next chapter from your maths book, that is 4 basic operation, that is chapter 2. Okay, now before in order to solve any mathematical problem, you require these 4 basic operation. You need to have an idea about these 4 basic operation. So what are those? So it's addition, then you have subtraction, multiplication, and division. These are the 4 basic operations that you have to understand or know in order to solve any mathematical problem. Okay, so today we'll just do addition and subtraction. We'll understand the properties of addition and subtraction, though these are the simple basic operations. So you have been doing from class 1, you know how to add numbers, subtract numbers, or multiply and divide, right? So we'll be revising the same thing. Okay, so first let us go through addition. Let us understand the properties of addition. So number 1 property is order property. Now what does order property say? Let me give you one example for that. So if you have 3, 4, this is one number given and another one is, this one is another number that's given. Okay, now regardless of its order, you can start from, first you can write 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and secondly you can write 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and add. You will get the same answer. And even if you reverse it, if you write 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 first and the second number later, even then your answer will be same. Is that clear? So order property says that in addition you can keep the numbers as per your accord. Okay, as per your convenience, you can either write the number first, this number first, or this number first. Answer will be same. Okay, now next one is your grouping property. Now grouping property applies for if you are given more than 2 sets of number. If you are given more than 2 sets of number, then this grouping property applies. Now what does grouping property imply? So grouping property. So let's take one example. I'll just give you a 4-digit number, 3 sets of 4-digit number. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, this is one set, then you have another, then you have, so I've given you 3 sets of number. So okay, now for addition you can either keep this 2 within a bracket and then this alone, or you can either group these 2 together and another you let it alone. Okay, so you see, you can group the number according to your own convenience and the answer would be same. In both these cases, your answer would be same. Okay, so grouping property tells you that if you have more than 2 sets of number given, then you can group it according to your own way. Okay, now the third property is your zero property. Now what does zero property tell you? Number 3 is zero property. Now what does zero property imply? Now zero property implies that if you add any number, any digit number with 0, the answer would be that particular number. For example, if you are given 3460 and if you add it with 0, answer would be 3460. So if you add any number with 0, answer would be that particular number. So I hope you understood these 3 property of addition. Now let us go to the exercise from your book. I will solve 2 questions, rest you will do it yourself, and later on I will give you the answers so that you can compare. Okay, so let's do the, everyone go to exercise 2A. Everyone go to exercise 2A. Question number 1. Question number 1, find the sum. Sum also means addition, okay? SUM, sum. Sum also means addition. So find the sum means you need to add. So you are given set of numbers. Let's take question number 1. 1, 3, 2, 2, 8, 1, 0, 0. Another one is 7, 4, 3, 3, 6, 8, 0, 0. Okay, so this one is your quotient. So while adding, always start from ones digit, ones place. Okay, so 0, 0 means 0, 0, 0, 0. 8 plus 1, 9. You can either do finger counting, or if you mentally also if you can count, it's okay. Okay, 8 plus 1, 9. 8 plus 6. So 8 plus 6 would be 14, right? So 14, you write 4 here and 1 you will give it this side. So 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6. 3 plus 2, 5. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 1, 8. So this one would be your answer. So while you are adding, always start from ones place. Okay, so others I think you can easily do it, right? Because addition is very simple, which you have been doing from your lower classes. So others you can easily do it. So I will show you question number 2. I will give you question number 2. What is the question? Add the numbers. So you are given there 3 sets of number, that is 3, 4, 6, 2, 7, 2, 4, 3, 9, 2, 8, 4. Then you have 9, 2, 3. Okay, now if you are given 3 sets of number, arrange them like this because it will be easy for you to calculate. If you can mentally calculate like 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if you can mentally calculate also, you can simply write the answer directly. Okay, but for your convenience, always arrange them like this: 4, 6, 2, 7, 2, 4. While you are writing the other set of numbers, start from the ones place only. Okay, so you will have 4, 8, 2, 9, 3, and another one is 3, 2, 9. Now add the number. So number will be 4 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1 will go here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 1, 13. 13 here, 3 here, 1 here. 7 plus 1, 8, 9, 10. 10 plus 9 is 19, 9 here, 1 will pass this side. So 9 plus 1, 10, 11, 12. So 2, 1 here. 6 plus 1, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Then 1 here. 4 plus 1, 5. So this would be your answer. Okay, so if you are given more than 2 set of number also, you can arrange it like this and then you simply derive the answer. Okay, so other questions from exercise 2a, please do it yourself. Now we will move on to the second operation, that is subtraction. Okay, now let's move on to the another operation. What is that? Subtraction. So we are given two properties of subtraction, so let's go through it. So first property is subtraction of 0 from a number. So if you are given any number, let that be 86740, and if you subtract it from 0, what would be your answer? The number itself. So 86740, this would be your answer. Okay, so first property, just like 0 property of addition, similar, the 0 property of subtraction. It says that if you subtract any number from 0, the answer would be number itself. Okay, the number is, second property is subtraction of number from itself. Subtraction of number from itself. Now what does that mean? So if you are given a number, let that be 7450. This is a number. So if you subtract this number from the same number, that is 7450, answer would be always 0. Okay, so second property says that if you subtract the same number, then that means if you subtract the number from itself only, you get 0. So let's move on to exercise 2b. I'll do few sum, you just go through that, others you will do it yourself. Okay, so exercise 2b, the first question is find the difference. Now difference also means subtraction. Okay, so first question, so this one is question number 1a. So you are given set of question, so you have to subtract. Now always like addition, you will start from the ones place. So if you look at this, the upper one, the upper set of number, it is smaller. 1 is smaller than 9. So with smaller number, you cannot subtract the larger number or greater number. So you have to carry forward 1 from here. So 11 minus 9 would be 2. Then you have to, since you have already given 1 here, so you have 2 remaining. So 2 minus 2 is 0. Similarly, 4 is smaller, 8 is greater, so you will carry forward here. So 14 minus 8 would be 6. Now here 7 minus 7, 0. Again 3 is smaller, so you will carry forward here. So 13 minus 4 would be 6, 7, 8, 9. Here remaining 1. So again you will carry forward from here. So 11 minus 6 would be 5. Now you are left with 4. 4 minus 2 would give you 2. So this would be your answer. You can place the commas. You all know how to place it, right? Thousands place, then thousands. So here. So I hope you understood. You yourself also know how to do it, right? So next question number 2 is also similar, subtracting the numbers only. So I will move on to question number 3, that is solve. You are given here 3 set of numbers, but initial 2 has to be added and the rest and third one needs to be subtracted. Now how do you do? According to your BODMAS rule. I think you all have already done BODMAS. So in a set of question, if you have addition and subtraction, then first you need to add, only then you can subtract, right? So we will follow the same here. So we will first add these 2 set of numbers. So 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 8, 7, 15. 5, 6, 1, 7. 6 plus 1, 7. 6 plus 1, 7. 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So you got the addition portion. Now Now with the third set of number you have to subtract with the answer that you get from addition. Okay, so 8, 5, 7, 7, 7, 8, 0, 1. So here you need to subtract. So 8, 7 is 1, 5 minus 0 is 5, 7 minus 2 is 5, 7 minus 3 is 4, 7 minus 7 is 0, 8 minus 4 is 4, 10 minus 4 is 6. So here and here. So this would be your answer. Okay, exercise 2B, question number 3. The second one is also similar. Here you are given 4 set of numbers. So initial 3 you have to add and the fourth one you need to subtract from the answer that you get after adding those 3 set of numbers. Okay, so question number exercise 2B also is complete. Now next we will move on to the word problems related to the combined questions are jumbled up, that means it has the combination of both addition and subtraction. So going through the question you have to understand whether you need to add or you need to subtract. Okay, so let's do that. Everyone go to exercise 2C. So let's go to exercise 2C, question number 1. First question is, find the sum of the smallest 7-digit number and the greatest 8-digit number. So find the sum. So what does that mean? You need to add, right? So first let us write the, whenever you are doing a word problem, you should be descriptive. Okay, so smallest 7-digit number. Smallest 7-digit number would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would be your smallest 7-digit number, and greatest 8-digit number. Greatest 8-digit number would be so this one is the smallest and greatest smallest 7-digit number and greatest 8-digit number. Now let's add it. So sum means addition. So we can directly do it here. No, let's do it here. Wait. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Now let's add it. So what would you get? So this would be your answer for question number 1. Now let's do question number 2. So let's read the question first. So according to question, you are given 11,93,480 students appeared for a public service commission examination. So the public service commission examination, this many students appeared. Now among them 3,79,840 were girls. So how many boys appeared for the examination? Okay, so you are given total students, and among total students also you are given the number of girls. So what would be the number of boys? So obviously you need to subtract the number of girls from the total number of students in order to get the number of boys. Okay, because students, boys and girls together, they make up a student. Okay, so let's do question number 2. Question number 2. So total number of students. Total students. How much is the total students? 11,93,480. Number of girls. So what is the number of the girls? So 3,79,840. So in order to get the total number of boys, how would you get the number of boys? You have to subtract the total number of students from the number of girls, then you will get the number of boys. So let's subtract it. 8 minus 4 is 4, then 14 minus 8 would be 6, then 12 minus 9 would be 3, then your 8 minus 7 would give you 1, then 11 minus 3 would be 7, 8. So this would be your total number of boys. So therefore you will write total number of boys appearing for the exam is 81 8,13,640. Okay, 8,13,640 would be your answer. So similarly, others are also more or less the same, just the question is different. Okay, but you can, if you go through the questions properly, you will easily understand whether you need to add or you need to subtract. Okay, so you do it yourself. Even I will be sending you the answers to the questions that's given in exercise 2C, so you can also compare it with my answer. Okay, so that's all for today's class. So next day we'll learn multiplication and division. Okay.